I was working at a salon down in Austin, and that's where I first learned about Groupon. Our owner did a Groupon, and it was great. It brought a lot of people in, a lot of people that were like, oh, I've always wanted to try this salon, but I've never done it or whatever. And so when I moved from that salon to a different salon that was just opening, and it was a terrible salon, and the owner was terrible, and it was a bad situation. However, she did pay for me to learn how to do eyelash extensions, and it changed my life forever. So I can't say that it was a bad move, but it definitely wasn't where I belonged. It was the gateway to something else. So there was another company called, it was like Groupon. And now I don't remember what it was called. Let's just call it Groupon. So I told her about it, and she was, we were pretty slow. No, it wasn't Foursquare. It was like another type of like daily kind of deal situation. And we were a spa that offered a bunch of things. We had pedicures, we had massages, we had waxing, we had facials, we had all these different things. We had hair. And I remember she decided to run one, Daily Duck Deals. That sounds like something for Eugene McQuacklin. I can't remember what it was called, but it wasn't Groupon, but I'll just call it Groupon. And so when I told her about it, I was like, this is a really good way to get your name out there, because you can potentially it's good marketing. And yeah, you offer some discounted prices or some discounted services, but ultimately it's a good way to get your name out there, because that's what our last salon did. But my last salon had been in business for like 35 years. She was like brand new. And so, she decided to run one. And she ran one that was like it was a package of like one facial, one manicure, one pedicure, and one hair treatment or something for like $99 or something insane. And then she didn't cap it. She just let people buy as many as they wanted. And so when the deal went live, we sold like 2,500 of them. And I remember asking her that day as we watched the numbers tick up, I was like, you didn't put a cap on this? And she was like, no, there wasn't going to be I didn't think that there were going to be that many people interested. I was like, are you kidding? You're offering, I didn't say this, but I came home to Andrew and was like, we're screwed. We have this many people that work at the salon. I'm not even a business owner, and I know that that's a bad decision. She should have capped it at like maybe 50, maybe 50. Probably closer to 40 or like 35, maybe. I guess that's only 35 people, but at the same time, they can buy for other people. But anyway, I don't remember how many we sold, but we sold so many of them. And because she had them all booked under like a package, when you booked one, it automatically just shoved all the services into the computer. And so you couldn't book them separately. And it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. And she wouldn't take responsibility for it. She blamed me and said, well, Susie's the one that told me to run one anyway. And I was like, whoa, I said that it was a great marketing opportunity. I did not say, I don't think we sold 2,500. I think we sold I don't remember how many we sold, but we sold a lot. We sold way more than we could actually do. And so we were stuck doing all these like discounted services. She was bleeding money because she was, 100% my fault. And I think even my old manager had capped it. I think he'd capped it at like 100 or something like that. But he also had an established salon that had 3 locations. And he had kind of sort of like the people to back it up. Whereas we did not. I was the only esthetician. We had 1 massage therapist, and then we had 2 nail girls and 1 hair girl. That was absolutely insane. So we pushed through that, and that was crazy. And to be totally honest with you, I don't even remember what happened, because I think I might have quit like toward the end of that craze. But then there was another salon that had been around for years and years and years and years and years and years, which decided to do the same thing. They decided to offer the same type of deal that we did, but since they were an established salon, they offered this like package for like $99. your hair shampooed and blow dried. You got a massage, a facial, a manicure, and a pedicure for under $100. You got those 5 things for under $100. And it put them out of business. They didn't cap it either. They sold like 1,500 vouchers. And the owner got so overwhelmed that one day all the employees showed up, all the people showed up for their appointments, and the doors were locked. And there was a sign on the door that said, "Thank you for 25 years of service in Austin." The people couldn't even get inside to get their belongings, to get their flat irons, to get their hair straighteners, anything, or like their anything. It completely put them out of business. And I was like, I am not a business owner, but like, I don't understand how this was not thought out. How did you not think that people were not going to jump on a deal like that? I can't remember what it was called, but it was like Groupon. And so I kind of offered Ander to do a Groupon, and he thought about it, but he never actually ended up resorting to do it. He has plenty of business anyway because he's been fishing in the area for so long, so many years. But like, I guess I am technically a business owner because I'm not really a business owner, but I mean, I watch how Ander runs his business, but even back when Ander wasn't running his own business and when he was working at Outback Steakhouse and I was working at the salon, I came home and I was like, we sold like 600 or 700 of these vouchers and they're for like discounted, like I'm being paid. And then of course I was being paid hourly.
It's Tuesday.
I know what happened. She was paying us all hourly. And then when she ran that Groupon deal and started bleeding money, she decided to switch all of us to commission. But I was like, wait, we're still getting commission on like the full price of the service, right? And she was like, no, you're getting commission on the discounted price. So we were the ones that were left paying or like paying for the fact that she overshot and didn't cap how many vouchers she sold. And so I would have been making commission off of like a $10 facial. And I was like, that's not even like I could go work at McDonald's and make more money than that. Why would I stick around here? And I think that was when I put my 2 weeks in, because at that point I had learned how to do eyelash extensions, which she paid for. And I was grateful for that. I'd learned how to do eyelash extensions. I'd spent a whole weekend learning how to do it, cooped up in the Marriott Hotel, some conference room in the Marriott Hotel over the weekend. I gave up time with my husband, woke up at 5 a.m. so I could get down there in time. Like it was a crazy weekend. The teacher didn't even want to be there, but I learned how to do it. And then there was a salon that opened up right around the corner from me that I was hired at. And I was going to wait out my 2 weeks. But then she told me, well, we're going to put you to commission. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to give you my 2 weeks now. And I tried to be ethical and I tried to be good. And I was like, I'm going to give you my 2 weeks. And she was like, I don't think that's necessary. I think today can just be your last day. And I was like, okay. And so I just walked out. I did. I came home and I was like, I guess I'm not going to have a job for 2 weeks because the other salon I had gotten the job at wasn't going to open for like 2 weeks or something. Absolutely worth it though, because that place was a train wreck. Oh, no. Yeah. She was unethical because she was like, oh, I lost all this money. And so now I'm going to take the pay cut. Basically, I'm going to give all my employees a pay cut. And I'm going to recoup the money by not paying my employees like well at all. It was so awful.